Welcome to your third journey outside your physical body, into the many bodies you also embody, along with your physical body, though you may have never fully experienced them. I'm Tim Janakos, your trickster and host from Time Without Beginning. If you haven't already listened to the first two journeys outside your body, it would probably be wise, after you hear this audio, to go back and listen to those ones too. Many ancient traditions talk about other bodies besides the physical body, that if you haven't yet experienced them might be hard to imagine. Some speak of the light body, which many ancient shaman and Tibetan monks were able to use to exit their physical body when they chose to no longer keep living, when they felt their journey on planet Earth was ready to come to an end. Another body some call the etheric body. It is believed by some that when you sleep, you go into this other body in the etheric realm. In the many Buddha sutras, the historical Buddha of India, Siddhartha Gautama or Shakyamuni, is said to have three bodies: the Dharma body, the reward body, and the manifest body. And in Access Consciousness, one of the many healing modalities I use on my radio show, From Time Without Beginning, all these many bodies are all rolled into one entity called the Bechamex. But regardless of what you call them, the truth is there is so much more than just what most people know of as the physical body. For someone like me who has been journeying outside of their body for most of their life, it seems so strange that still so many people have never been able to experience consciously moving into their other bodies. If you have now listened to both of the first two journeys outside your body, and you still feel you haven't been able to leave your body, or you don't have conscious memory of leaving your body, because you may believe you have fallen asleep while listening to the other audios, and you didn't know you were leaving your body, don't worry. Give yourself more time and you will leave your body consciously. But in the meantime, know that the exercises you are doing on these audios are still having great benefit to you, whether you realize it or not. Just keep at it and it will show. Also know that you have been everything and done everything in your Buddha-zillion previous incarnations, and you will slowly remember who you are as an infinite being from time without beginning if you continue listening to these audios over and over again. For those of you that were able to leave your bodies while listening to one or both of the first two audios, congratulations. Today we are going to experience one of my favorite parts of astral projection or lucid dreaming, or what some refer to as the phase state consciousness. Today we are going to go flying. We are also going to jump or fly through walls or a window, whichever you prefer. This is by far the most enjoyable thing I have ever mastered in many, many years of going out of my body at night. If you have a fear of heights, as I also do to some extent, this exercise may help you get rid of some of that fear. I find I'm much less afraid to go flying in the astral level than I am in the physical body, maybe because I have never hurt myself in the astral realm, and I have never known anyone to hurt themselves. Even if I fall from the sky, before I hit the ground, I always either wake up or my body slows down and lands on the ground softly, like a feather, and I feel nothing. So this has given me the confidence while in the astral phase to do many flying tricks I may never feel comfortable doing in my waking state, or maybe I will someday. I'm open to the infinite possibilities. Before we start, I'm going to ask you again, as I did in the second journey, to let go of all projections, expectations, judgments, rejections, separations, and conclusions you have or anyone else has about what you can or can't get out of listening to this audio or the other audios in this series. Is that a big yes? As an infinite being, only you can hold you back from making this work. No one else is that powerful. While you're enjoying this audio, please send some good energy to Mr. Meeble for allowing us to use the background audio for free. Please go check out more of their amazing music at Meeble.com, which is spelled Meeble.com. As we get started, it's best to know that this audio is not hypnosis, brain entrainment, healing, or anything else that this reality has yet tried to tie down to the limitations of definitions. If you do or you don't gain, or think you do or don't gain any amazing healing, or anything else beyond description from this audio, or any other audio in the series, Tim Janakos, from Time Without Beginning, Blog Talk Radio, Mr. Meeble, and or anyone else they have been associated with, cannot claim any responsibility for that. If you have not yet been willing to claim, own, and acknowledge that you are an infinite being from time without beginning, then hopefully this audio will help you remember that eternally endowed state that you have somehow forgotten or have been refusing to fully claim, own, and acknowledge. It's best that you find a comfortable place to lie down or sit back to listen to this audio, and it's best to listen to it with headphones so you can block out any outside noises that may make you come back abruptly to your physical body. Not that there is any danger in that, but it could keep you from getting back out of your body until a future listen, because your heart might start racing a bit. But don't worry, today if you don't have the perfect resting place and most comfortable spot to lay down, or if you forgot your headphones or you don't have headphones, on this journey we will help you forget all of that and go with the flow. As you take 3 deep breaths at your own pace, I want you to slowly close your eyes. I want you to imagine or envision the earth below you is starting to breathe along with you. And slowly, as you breathe, the energy of the earth from the center of the magnetic core is starting to commune with your body. It is starting at your feet, and it is starting to envelop your feet. And this magnetic energy from the earth is starting to release all tension in your feet and toes. And as you continue breathing in and out at your own pace, this magnetic energy starts going up your shins and calf muscles, and it releases all tension and stress you have in your lower legs until they feel completely weightless, and they are pulsating with the rhythm of the breathing earth that is breathing along with your body. Then let that love energy from Mother Earth go up your upper legs, and let it release any pain or discomfort you feel in your quadriceps in the front of your legs, or your hamstrings in the back of the legs, or your inner and outer thigh or hip muscles. If you have any injuries in any part of your legs, let this loving, healing energy heal those areas, and let them reset your body back to its original energetic state before any injuries occurred. Let it heal any ligaments, tendons, or connective tissue that surrounds all parts of your legs and your feet. And let it pulsate through the bones so the bones start to glow at the same high vibrating frequency that your legs and the earth are now dancing to. Then let that energy in your legs coming up from the earth enter your root chakra at the base of your spine, which starts with the small flesh right between your male or female reproductive organs and your anus. Let that light fully fill your body with the orgasmic energy of living that you truly were spawned from when you were conceived, and let it go up your spine slowly as it fills all your internal organs, as it is rising up your spine like a giant serpent of Kundalini energy. Let it expand out all the muscles in your stomach and in your lower back and rise up to open up your chest and middle and upper back muscles. As it does, let it clear away any mucus or any stiffness or congestion in any of those areas. Let this pure energy of love from the Mother that supports your life purify any pathogens or any toxicity, letting them fully deactivate and flow out of your body, and let them be composted back in the earth. Let this energy detoxify any pathogens or toxicity in your heart, lungs, kidney, gallbladder, liver, and every other organ or gland in your body, known or unknown. Let those organs and glands start resonating at the same high frequency of your highest consciousness that is in full communion with Mother Earth and all life forms on the planet. This pure energy is your true consciousness. Let it reset your body and being back to the default from time without beginning, when you knew you were the creator of your own universe, and let it deactivate all the points of creation, of all the limitations you took on in this life and any other life, and or any point of destruction where you started to cut off your true self as an infinite being from time without beginning. Let this energy from Mother Earth fill up your neck, and let it start to flow down your arms and shoulders, slowly letting go of all tension, pain, or stress in your upper or lower arms and in your hands. Let it go all the way down to your fingers, which are filling up with the magnetic energy of Mother Earth and feeling weightless. As you continue to breathe in and out, let this earth energy erase all the cellular memory of all the self-abasing, self-abusing, self-flagellating points of view you bought from this reality and everyone else in it. As this energy of full consciousness heals and regenerates all of your organs and glands, let it start to fill your face and your head, and let it open up your third eye in the center of your forehead. Let this rising life energy open up all the dendritic pathways in your brain, and let it dump out any old filing cabinets or storage centers you have created to hold on to all the lies you have tried to buy from this reality that you are somehow limited to space and time, or any other human construct, scientific or otherwise. Now, as your whole body is pulsating with this rhythmic, life-conscious energy of planet Earth, and you are feeling totally relaxed, I'd like you to continue breathing at your own pace, to repeat after me in your own voice, in your head. I allow myself to remember when I didn't have a body, and how I could, at that time, still move freely as energy to anywhere I wanted to go, and how I enjoyed this total freedom. Good, keep breathing. Now as you continue breathing, imagine reading from a book. If you don't think you can visualize it, just imagine what it would be like if you could see these words in a book. I give myself permission to open up to my infinite potential and celebrate my incredibleness as I enjoy this journey outside of my body into my home state of infiniteness. Now as you keep breathing at your own pace, visualize or imagine visualizing yourself writing down these words. I now fully accept my inherent enlightened nature to embody numerous bodies, whether physical, energetic, or psychic. And I step into and fully claim, own, and acknowledge my ability to project my consciousness outside of my physical body, so I can choose which bodies and how many bodies I want to fully embody and to journey into and use to heal myself and others. Perfect. On the next part of our deepening exercise, we are going to cycle through many separation techniques that you can find and practice more for free in the free downloadable ebook by the School of Out-of-Body Travel called The Phase. I've used this book to make my out-of-body travels so much more enjoyable over the years, And all the exercises have been used by so many people around the world with excellent results. If you start noticing the feeling of separation with any one of these techniques, stay with that one while the rest of us go on to another, and try to increase the sensation until you fully separate. At some point, you should feel confident enough to fully separate from your body by either rolling your energy body to the left or the right as hard and as fast as you can, so you can roll out of your physical body into your energy body. Don't worry, it won't hurt. Let's start with the first technique, which I call, and they call, phantom wiggling. First, try to move your energy hand by not moving your physical hand, but by either lowering the hand or raising the hand in your imagination until you can feel the energy body moving and not your physical body. If after a few times trying to move one of your hands and it doesn't work, try the other hand. And then if that doesn't work, try moving both of your feet one at a time until you find one that seems to move more than the other. Once again, don't move your physical body. This is just your energy body moving. In your imagination, you can feel it as you do it more and more. If you start getting a feeling like your energy body is moving a little while your physical body is staying still, try to increase the amplitude of the movement up or down or sideways from left to right. Just keep increasing it until it gets as big as it can get. And if this works, slowly start trying to move more of your energy body until you start feeling like your whole energy body is separating. And finally, just roll out of your physical body by rolling left or right as fast as you can. Once you roll out of your body, start doing the deepening exercise we did in our first two journeys, which is feeling everything with your hands or other parts of your body, and start examining things up close and examine their every detail, such as the texture of furniture or the pattern on a wall. As you are also rubbing it with your fingers and hands, the more tactile stimulation you can do out of your body, the more you will stay in the etheric realm and you won't slip back into your physical body. If some of you, after trying to move your hands or your feet, still feel there's no movement in your energy body, move on to the second technique, which is peering into the void. Just look through your closed eyes and see if you can see something far off in the distance. If you see something, even a very small something, try to stare through it and make it get bigger and move closer to you, until you slowly get sucked into this larger moving object that's moving closer to you, or moving scenery. If this starts working, keep at it until your whole body eventually merges into the larger picture. When you are merging into it, try to roll out of your body to the right or left like we did in the other one. Once you roll out of your body, start doing the deepening exercise we did in our first two journeys, which is feeling everything with your hands and other parts of your body, and start examining things up close and examine their every detail, such as the texture of furniture or the pattern on the wall, as you are also rubbing it with your fingers and hands and getting as much tactile stimulation as you can to keep you outside of your body. For those of you who can't see anything after peering into the void for a while, let's try our third technique. This one we will call rotating on an axis. Imagine the top of your head and the bottom of your feet are connected to a rope that is holding you up in a gravity-less room, so you are floating, but your head and your feet are being kept in the same axis by a rope connecting to two opposite walls, one above your head and one below your feet. Now imagine you can now spin your body clockwise on this rope axis, and you will slowly start revolving in a circular spin, like a ballerina spinning on the tip of her toes. If you notice any movement of your body spinning, try to increase the speed of the spin until you feel it's going fast enough that you can roll out of your body to the right or to the left. If this works, once you roll out of your body, start doing the deepening exercises we did in our first 2 journeys, which once again is feeling everything up closely and examining everything up closely. If you don't notice any spinning going clockwise, try to reverse it, try to go counterclockwise, and just try to spin, let your body just spin on this axis. Slowly, and then slowly speed it up and speed it up and speed it up until you feel like you can just roll as fast as you can out of your body. If you have now tried all 3 of these and you haven't noticed any separation in your body, let's start again. Go from the beginning, and we're going to rotate through them again until one of them starts working, and then stay with that until you're ready to roll out of your body. Don't worry if it takes a little while. Let's go back to the first technique. Let's start with phantom wiggling. Just press your fingers down in your energy body and then let them spring back up, or lift them up and let them spring back down. Important thing is your body's super relaxed, so you can't move your physical body. All you can do is move your energy body with your imagination. You'll start feeling it moving faster and faster. If you notice a little movement in your hands, and make it bigger, include your whole arms, or if your hands don't work, go to your feet and try to move your toes a little bit in and up and down, and then move your feet if you can do it bigger, and you can move your whole leg until you can really move your body until you feel you can just fully separate from the body, and then start doing the other deepening techniques. If the second time working on this one doesn't work, go on to the next one, which once again is peering off into the distance. Try to find anything that comes to your mind. Don't try to visualize something, just try to let whatever comes to your mind come to your mind and see it, and then allow it to get bigger as it slowly comes closer and closer to you. Let it start engulfing you into the scenery until you become like a stencil in the scenery. Once you become a full stencil in the scenery, you can try to roll to the left or roll to the right real fast and roll out of your body and start doing the deepening techniques. If this one's not working, don't worry. Let's move on to the third one again, and we'll go through the cycle again and again until it works. Going to the third one again. Rotating on an axis. Just imagine your feet are on a string connected to a wall below you, and your head is connected to another wall above you. And there's no gravity, so there's no tension pulling your body. It's held in space, and on this axis you can rotate to the right or rotate to the left, whatever you want to try. Either clockwise or counterclockwise. Just imagine spinning on this axis. And if you start spinning, try to make it a little faster, faster and a little faster until you feel you're going fast enough you can just roll left or roll right out of your body. Okay, if that worked, go do the deepening technique so you can stay in your astral body. Just rub your hands against everything you see, rub your body against it, and peer up close to it and look at every fine detail of everything in the room. The more you do this, the more deep you'll get into the state where everything else will start working easier for you. If the second time through all the 3 techniques don't work, let's go back to the beginning and start all again. Try to remember in your mind, or if you come up with a different technique, you can use that too. There's many more in the book. These are just 3 of them. You should usually use 3 at a time. Some people will take 4 or 5 times through before they will fully get out. So I'm just going to go silent for a while and just keep doing this. For the people that are outside of their body, just keep palpating everything in the room and check it out all really close up. Don't look back at your body, just look at everything in the room really close up and touch it and rub up against it any way you could. This will deepen you to get ready for the phase we're going to start. Okay, no matter where you are in this, if you haven't fully separated or you have fully separated it, I'm going to send a very powerful energy towards you, and it's going to release you, whatever is left that you're holding on to in your physical body. It's going to release you from that, and you're going to go flying out of your body, and you're going to land comfortably on the ground. You can start doing the deepening techniques again. So here we go. On the count of 3, we're going to send a powerful wave of energy that's going to push you completely out of your body. 3, 2, 1. Fly out of your body. Just land softly on the ground and start palpating everything in the room, touching it really deeply, looking at it very closely, examining all the fine details. Okay, now we're ready to get out of this room. Instead of using the door like we used in our other journeys, I'm going to give you the choice. If you see a window, you're going to want to run and dive through the window. Don't worry about getting hurt. The glass won't break. You're going to pop right through it like it's a big bubble, and it's going to close around you, and it's going to feel like a suction cup you went through. I've done it many times. It always scares me, but I close my eyes and I just dive into it, and it works. It feels like this big suction going through water or something. Or if you prefer, look for a wall, and you can dive through a wall. It'll feel almost the same. For some people, windows are harder, some people, walls are harder. But if you dive through one of them and then you feel like you didn't go all the way through, you can run back and do it again. So before we do this, you want to double check that you really are outside of your body. So clasp your fingers around your nose to close your nose, and now try to breathe through the clasped, closed nose, which you normally can't do in your physical body. If you're able to breathe through your clasped nose, you know that isn't physically possible. So you are in your astral body. So after your 3rd audio now doing this, if you've done all 3 audios, I'm going to assume all of you guys were able to get out of your body, and all of you were able to breathe through your clasped nose. But if still some of you haven't, or if you went out of order and you did this one first without doing the other 2, or you haven't done the other 2 enough to get it down before doing this 3rd one, you're going to have to go back to the fake it until you make it routine. So just for the rest of the stuff that we do on this, just imagine you're doing this. What's going to happen later on is once you get this down, you're going to be able to remember it more clearly if you imagine doing it, so it's kind of a practice. Also, you're going to find in your dreams at night, when you start realizing you're dreaming more often, you can do all these techniques in the dream, and that's what it's really for. Not everyone can do it while listening to the audio go out of their body, but a lot of people will later go into their dream state and they'll have the knowledge that they are dreaming, and that's the greatest part. Then you'll be able to do everything you've been practicing in these audios in your dream state, and do the deepening technique as much as you can during the dream state to keep it there. That's the best time. Both work the same way. So look at a window or look at a wall, and you're just going to run as fast as you can, and you're going to dive through it. Close your eyes before you do it. So now, here we go. Let's run together. Run, 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 run. Dive through the window or wall. And if you're flying, just start flying. Flap your arms, just try to fly. If you landed on the ground, just try to pick yourself up and try to flap your arms and just try to get off the ground. You will be able to fly. Just keep trying. Let's go up in the sky. Keep going a little higher and higher. Just flap your wings a little bigger and wider, and keep going up and up and up and up and up. And just try to go faster and faster up. You can look down if you want, or you don't have to look down. You can just keep looking up. Go up towards the stars. If it's daytime, go up towards the sun. Whatever you want to go up through the clouds. Just keep going up and up and up and up and up. Now, as you're flying up in the air, I want you to choose a time in your life or in a previous life or in a previous thing you read about, wherever you want to go, or if you want to go to the future. You want to know what your kids are going to look like when they go to college. Just imagine where you want to be when you land. You're going to fly to that area. It's either the future or the past or last week or any made-believe time if you don't want to go to an actual place. So just flying with your eyes closed, you're flying, flapping your wings, just flying through the air. Now you're going to dive bomb into that place. So get that picture in your mind of where you're going to be, what it's going to be like. what year it's going to be, what people are going to be dressed like. And now let's do the dive bomb. Just direct your head straight towards the ground and fly down. Dive bomb, dive bomb, dive bomb. You land into this new reality. Okay, now that you're wherever you are, just look around you. Try to take in all the scenery as best you can. And try touching some things. The more you can touch, or you can taste things, or you can rub up against it, the more tactile stimulation, the more you'll be grounded in this new reality. Now I'm going to go quiet for a while, and I'm going to let you explore. See what you can find, see what you can do. The more you feel like you're starting to go back to your physical body, just do deepening techniques. You could dive through the ground, that always does it too. Or you can rub your body and hands up against things, and you can examine your hands up closely, or the walls up closely, or rocks, or anything else that's around you. If there's any person that you want to talk to, you can talk to them, but don't expect them to talk back. If they say nonsense stuff, that's okay. If you want to call on a being to help you as your journey partner or as your guide, you can call on them now. They'll come to you. I'm going to go silent for a while and let you do your own exploration this time. I'm not going to guide you on what you should do. Just use your own intuition on what you should do to do healing in this phase, and collect as much information as you want about this time period you decided to go to. Okay, you can come back now. We're not going to go back to our body yet, if you haven't already slipped back to your body. If any of you guys during these travels slip back to your body, I always forgot to say you can try to do the separation technique again by rolling out right away. That usually works. You don't have to do too much deepening to get into it. But now that you've been exploring around, if you want to use this for healing, you can do that too. You can do any of the other things we did in the previous ones, like you can open up a refrigerator, find a refrigerator, open it up, and drink some medicine. Or you can jump through mirrors and you can talk to someone you want to talk to. Another thing you might want to try, as you're still in the state, if you want to clasp your nose again, to see if you can breathe through it, so if you're still in the phase state, what you can do is you can put your hand through your body. That's really difficult. Well, it's not difficult to do. It's just very scary for most people to do it, so you feel like you can't do it, but once you try it, you actually can do it. So don't be afraid. Stick your hand in your body. You can massage your heart. You can work on any part of your body. You can do a psychic operation in the phase state. You won't hurt anything. So while we're here, might as well try one of those things. I'll go quiet for a while, and you guys can do what you think you want to do. One other thing you can also do is you can go visit someone who needs healing, and you can do some healing on them by sticking your hands through their body parts, and you can pull out their heart if you want, and you can kiss it and make it feel better and put it back in their chest. It won't hurt them, it won't hurt you. You can do so many things now. Okay, now we've had fun. Let's go back to our body. So we're going to count up to 0, and you're going to be back in your body. We don't have to find our body, just imagine waking up, and that'll usually do it. So here we go. 5, feeling the room around you, feeling more awake. 4, starting to feel all the motion in your body, feeling all the tension coming back into real life. 3, the room around you starting to light up. 2, you're more present. 1, and 0 is open your eyes and wide awake. Open your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wide awake. Okay. So I'm just going to go through some of the other techniques you could do if you go back and listen to this and you want to try to cycle through a few other techniques if those 3 techniques didn't work for you as well. The best time to use these techniques is when you just wake up and you haven't moved your body yet. If you move your body a little, it's okay, you can still try it. We call these the indirect technique, right between waking and going back to sleep. It's the best time to try to move your body, do phantom wiggling or do swimming, or do the rotation on an axis, or do the floating out of your body, or any other thing that I'm going to show you now, swimming techniques. So do it when you wake up in the morning, usually the best time. If you wake up a few hours before you normally have to wake up and you don't move your body, just lay there almost awake state and start doing these, and you'll fall back to sleep and you'll be able to project out of your body at that time. I do it when I'm going to sleep. They call that the direct technique, and they say it's easier for you doing the indirect technique. For me, it's not. I can always do direct easier than indirect, but the School of Out of Body says most people are much more likely to do the indirect technique, which is when you do it after sleeping about 6 hours and you wake back up and you try to do it in that state right between wake and sleep. So if you notice yourself in that state ever, especially if you have the feeling like your body is stuck, which some people get afraid of, which we call sleep paralysis. That's the easiest one. You can just roll straight out of your body. You don't have to do any of the indirect techniques. You can just go straight into it. Some of the other techniques that will be in the book if you download the free ebook online, which is called The Phase, T-H-E, first word, phase, P-H-A-S-E. One of the other techniques is swimming. So you can use your, like phantom wiggling, you can just imagine swimming. You can do breaststroke or any other type of stroke with your energy body, not using your physical body. You can swim and swim until you feel like you're getting faster and faster, and you can just roll out of your body. You can also roll backwards if you want to do it. I was sleeping in a room where the window was behind me, and I rolled backwards through my back bedpost, and I landed outside. So don't worry, you're not going to hurt yourself in any way because you're an energy body, so you can fly through the walls if you want to fly through the walls. Another way you can separate is you can imagine just sinking into your bed or wherever you're sitting down. If you're sitting on a chair or if you're laying down, imagine just sinking through and falling out wherever you land, and then that's when you're out of your body. Another technique is to just allow yourself to float out of your body. So if you can imagine yourself as weightless and you're just starting to float, you float a little higher and float a little higher until you're all the way out of your body, then you can just roll right or left and you can be completely exited from your body. Another thing is called listening in, where you just listen for any sound, and as you start to hear any sound, try in your mind to amplify the sound and amplify it until it gets louder and louder. As it's getting louder, usually it'll just suck you out of your body, or you'll feel like this buzzing sensation in your body, because it's the sound of actually the astral body leaving the physical body. A lot of people will get that sound when they're trying to leave the body. It's kind of like a jet taking off. Once you hear any little sound and you just try to amplify it in your head, that's another separation technique, because once it gets louder and louder, it'll just rip you out of your body, because that's the sound actually of you going into the deep phase state for most people. Another technique, we did the one in number 2, which was to do a yo-yo in and out of your body. You can do another exercise, which is if there's any pictures in your room, imagine yourself floating into that picture and then coming back to your body and then floating out of your body into that picture until you go into the picture and you feel like you're stuck there, and then you can roll out of your body and you're in the picture at first, but you'll roll out of your body. So those are some of the many techniques that are in the book, The Phase. That's free online. You can download it from the School of Out-of-Body Travel, or OOBE Institute, OOBE. Other things you can do in the phase state is you can do any sexual things you want to do with anyone if you want to. You can ask them if they want to do it. Usually they do. Some people have points of view against this, but you can create your own points of view. Your point of view creates your reality. Your reality does not create your point of view. So if you have a hang-up with sexuality, sometimes this helps just to do sexual things with people in the phase state to get over that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that third journey. Please go back and listen to all of them. The more you do it, the more you'll get better at it. If you never leave your body during the listening of the audio, don't worry. A lot of times what will happen is you'll just do it in your dream state. You'll realize you're dreaming, and then you can exit your body by rolling, or you can just clasp your nose and know you're in this phase state. So just go do whatever you want to do, and you can follow all the different things. You can dive through windows, you can dive through mirrors, you can open up refrigerators, and get medicine. You can stick your hand through your body, you can stick your hand through other people's body to do healing. You can visit people who have died. So many things you can do. You can say sorry to someone who you couldn't say it in the real life, and it does a lot of healing subconsciously for you, because your subconscious mind will understand that as really happening, and that's usually what the healing is. You notice the better you get at doing these astral projection, lucid dreaming, phase state consciousness, OOBE, out-of-body experiences, you'll notice that the real waking life becomes more like a dream too. And actually everything you do, desire, and require can be brought to you by using the power that you have to recreate this reality the way you want it, because this reality is just another phase of a dream. The more you realize that, the more power you'll be able to step into to transform this reality into a more desirable reality for you and everyone else. So I hope that's the end result for me, changing this reality. It starts with changing the dreams, and then we can change our subconscious programming, and we can change our waking reality. So thanks a lot, you guys. I really enjoyed travel with you. Bye-bye.